A brand new Borderlands 4 trailer was shown to announce the game is also coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Therefore, I turned on my analysis machine and went over the captivating footage frame by frame. I'm MentalMars and let's do a deep dive on this trailer. In the first shot we are shown the famous Ripper Raid area again, but from a different angle and lighting. In the previous trailer we saw the Siren character open up a red chest just to the left here. Nothing really noteworthy to discover here, but this scene has a great atmosphere. This next shot seems to be inside one of the Order's facilities. There is a beastie walking over here and later on we get a close-up of him. His head looks different from the one in the reveal trailer. I also like the red triangle shields to the sides in this shot, and if we skip a bit forward and take a look at this shot, I'm getting some Battleborn Genred vibes, as the armor of this cool looking soldier has some resemblance from Wrath, and the environment in the background also shows similarities with this Battleborn concept art, as it uses similar colors and angles. But let's get back on track and continue to the next scene. In this shot we see a mechanical psycho with a mohawk walking towards us. Notice the bolts sticking out of his upper arm and the seam lines in his skin. Then again, if this is a robot, why does his manly parts need protection? But let's move away from that area and take a look at the background. It reminds me of this area and makes me wonder if it takes place right about here. In the next shot we see our badass again, but did you notice the shining object behind the force field? It could be an alien chest, but the glowing engravings just fade out as the camera moves out of its rendering range. In the next scene we are walking through a city area and we can see that dome again in the sky. But also notice one of those triangular ships drops out of light speed or something as it quickly appears, while another one is scanning the area, as you can see those same red holographic lines again that we also saw during the nuclear disco ball scene from the release date trailer. I'm not sure if that's a torque weapon, but that pistol seems to be packing a punch. Here is another scene with great atmosphere, again a lot of neon and holographic signage. Of course there's the trademark Borderlands Christmas lights that are adding to the scene. The weapon we see has some similarities with this Jacob's shotgun, but it seems to be a different model, so one could be a stagecoach and the other one a shadow shot, as the body is different and not just the scope. But they both look badass. Moving on to the next shot, which is a busy one as there's a lot going on in this scene. We see two of those staff guys floating in the air, then there are two drones firing at us, but there is also this synthetic trooper swiftly shifting across the room. We have seen glimpses of these enemies before, but now we actually see them move and they leave this cool trail behind them as they move across the battlefield. I quickly want to point out that the weapon has a laser pointer as we move on to the next thing, as there is a more interesting detail in this scene, because there are multiple red loot beams on the ground. These are those armored shaped plates we have seen dropping in the release date trailer. Randy Pitchford spoke about Ordenite and it being a more powerful element than Iridium. So I'm curious what we are going to use it for, as it seems to drop pretty frequently in these trailers. Here is Beastie again, and you can quickly see two synthetic troopers behind him. But did you notice that Beastie has yellow highlights? And I think this is to indicate which elemental variant we are dealing with, because in a previous trailer we were shown one with green highlights. This next shot also looks amazingly vibrant, so Gearbox, if you're watching this, I hope you implement a photo mode again, because I took hundreds of photos in Borderlands 3. And if the trailers already look this interesting, I think I want to make some more photos. Then the next shot shows us the Siren driving a hover bike, and those wavy jet streams make me think the bike is thrusted forward by water? And talking about water, there's a large quantity of it to the side. So we might be exploring something there or under this bridge, as the previous trailer showed off a swimming mechanic. The next scene also shows us another vehicle and some birds on the street. I cannot make out who is driving this vehicle, but it is interesting that we have seen 4 different vehicles now and at least 3 different Vault Hunters driving them. This makes me wonder if each Vault Hunter has their own vehicle type instead of having a selection to choose from. Anthony Nicholson, the senior project producer on Borderlands 4, did mention in the Famitsu interview that they call them personal vehicles when talking about the fact that you can summon them almost anywhere. Because here we see the Maliwan mechanic summon her pod racer. Then we see the Brute driving his hover bike. This is the Siren driving a jet bike. And that leaves us with the Assassin. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this. They also released a few screenshots alongside the Nintendo Switch announcements, which I'll show off here. But this screenshot is wild. Yeah, it's a location that we have seen before, but take a closer look at Elpis, as it's all shadowed up there in the sky. If this doesn't make you curious what's going to happen in Borderlands 4, I don't know what. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.